just Kelly here, back with another video. So, I know that I haven't been here for a while, but it's because I just have to take a break from everything for a while. Also, okay, well this one is important, but it's not like the main reason. But my camera has been really stupid, and like I can't see if I'm filming or not, and my camera just shut off all the time, and it was really annoying. So I got frustrated, so that's why I like stopped. I was like, I'm not gonna even try to post the next week video. And then I just came to a point where I realized how bad my mental health was, that I just was like, no, I can't. Like, I couldn't be in front of a camera and be happy if I truly was just like sad, and I just like didn't want to get up every morning and stuff like that. Like, I really just had to focus on myself, and I feel like I'm in a way better place now that I can film and I can be happy, and like it's real. It's not me just like faking it. Also, I just got out of a relationship, so that was another reason why I didn't want to film. But I feel way better now. I'm happier. I got a new camera, obviously. Actually, you don't know that for sure, but I got a new camera, so now I can actually film. I can see myself in the viewfinder. I'm excited about my YouTube channel. I have so many ideas that I want to do, and I can't wait to do them, and I can easily do it now because I have a good camera, and I am just pumped. And I just want to come back kind of explaining it, and also have like a Q&A type thing. Even though like no one asked me questions, I asked on my Instagram. Like, one person besides my friends asked me a question, and I made all my friends ask me questions. I was like, please just ask me like deep questions. I asked questions on my Instagram. I also asked on this vegan app that I like to use every once in a while. I post my videos on there. Oh, it's that. And someone asked me a question: what is the world in need of most today? What the world needs is people have to be more understanding of one another, and they have to be more open-minded. And I feel like if people have problems with one another, you don't know what people are going through all the time, and once you put yourself in someone else's shoes, you start to understand better. Also, gun control. Gun control for sure, because we don't need any more school shootings. You don't have to agree with me, but I think that there should not be any more school shootings. Therefore, we should take away guns so there can't be any more. Shout out to Keiko for being the only person that asked me a question besides the people that I forced. Okay, so Keiko asked, do you believe in fate or free will, and to what extent? Okay, I love this question so much because honestly, if you go to college and take any class that is like a gen ed that you have to take, I would say take a philosophy class, because it literally changed your perspective on life so much. So in philosophy, I remember we were talking about free will one class. Well, okay, so this ties into like God. One time he said like, how is everything created? Like, how were you created? What came before you? The only explanation for like how everything was created was like that can explain it all is a higher power. Therefore, there has to be some sort of God or higher power. He also made this point. He said, every thought that you have is because we have seen it in one way or another. Hey, it's Editing Kelly here. So he also made this point that you can't think of a color that hasn't existed before, like you can't just make up a color in your mind. I think he made an example of like a unicorn too. Like, you can think of a unicorn even though you've not necessarily seen it, because you have seen like a horse and a horn before. So that's why like you can make that up. That was like another point that he made. So how do we think of God if there is no God? Like, who made this thought of God if there is no God whatsoever? It has to come from somewhere. Therefore, there has to be a real person or a higher power that is God in order for it to be real. Okay, so going back to the free will thing and fate, I think that there is no free will, because everything that happens to you was supposed to happen because of this higher power. And I'm not religious, okay? I'm not like super religious, but like after we talked about this, I was like, wow, there really has to be a God or a higher power. I'm not gonna say like God is real for sure, but like definitely a higher power for sure. So if everything is predetermined, by this higher power, then we don't have free will. Obviously, we make choices that affect our lives, and like the person that we are, like the amount of good energy that we put out, like determines what happens to us. Like, I believe in karma and stuff, so I think that everything happens to you for a reason, depending on who you are and depending on the path that you're already upon and the path that this higher power has created for us. And I believe that fate is real. Like, things are meant to happen to certain people, whether it's good or bad. Things happen to you. Even if it's a bad thing, sometimes I feel like there is still good in a bad thing. I do believe that things happen for a reason. Everything is predetermined. I feel like it really ties into energy too. Like, you need to have good energy, be a good person in order to have good things happen to you and the long run of things. Like, if you want a good life, you have to be a good person. Did I answer I think I answered the question. No, I don't think that there is free will, because there's a higher power determining your life, and I think fate is real for sure. Also, take philosophy, kiddos, because it really changes your perspective on life. Alrighty, I just changed the lighting a bit, and we back. If you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would you choose? There are people that I admire, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. This dude I saw on Instagram, he basically just has like life advice for people, and I think I would just want to hear like what he has to say. Okay, so his name is Gary Vanderchuk. He just like posts inspirational videos. Basically, just like, instead of focusing on one specific demographic of people, he like kind of gives advice to everyone and like helps everyone have a deeper understanding of like life and things to do with your life and like the path you should follow and stuff. So I think I would choose him as someone that I would have dinner with. Another question, if you could relive any moment in your life, which moment would it be and why? I think I would relive the time that I got my dog, even though that's kind of like sappy, but like he's like really sick now, so it's like sad, but I don't know if he's gonna get better or worse. So I think just reliving the moment of when I got him would make me really happy. If you could change anything about your life, what would you change? I don't really think that there's anything that I would change. There are definitely things that I want to have and like I want to do with my life, but I know that it's all gonna happen in good time. I don't think there's anything I would change. I guess like about me personally, I would just change, oh my god, a bird just pooped out my window. I think the only thing I would change right now is like my mental health. I would want to be better, I want to be happier, but I know that I will eventually, and I'm not like scared of that. And that it's not like I need to be super happy right now. Even though like I strive to be the happiest I can be at all the time, and I want to be in good like a good mental state, but I know that I will, so it's not that I would necessarily change that right now. Would you rather be poor and have a wise mind, or rich and be ignorant? I'd rather be poor and have a wise mind, because I like learning about things. What do you regret the most? I don't think I regret anything. There are things that I could change about my past that would have made it better, but I feel like from those moments I've learned more. If I changed it, then I would never learn, so I'm glad for those moments. So I don't think there's anything that I regret necessarily. What's your deepest fear? My deepest fear, one of them is losing the people that I love, or something happening to the people that I love and care for, because I don't want anyone to be hurt or like in danger, but especially not the people that I know and love. I can't imagine losing anyone in my life like that, nor do I want to experience it. I also am scared of like being kidnapped and murdered, but I feel like that's a normal fear for anyone. I don't want to die in that way, in like a brutal way like that. So the question is, what is the most important thing in your life? And besides my friends and my family, I think the most important thing in my life is my mental health, because I have anxiety and I had depression like really bad. It's still kind of there, but I was just in a really bad state, and I was in a relationship too, and it made it harder because I focused on him more than myself, and I wasn't taking time to fix it. I felt like my happiness was because of him and not because of myself, and I just didn't like being like that. So Okay. So your mental health like makes or breaks you basically, and it takes a toll on you sometimes, and I felt like for me it really hit hard, and like it affected me every single day, and affected like my relationships, and I just really had to take time to fix it in order to feel better about myself and feel like myself again. So I feel like that's the most important thing, because without it, it makes life not the best, and I just feel like I want to live my best life, but I really do, and I need my mental health to be good in order to do that all the time. But if it's in a bad place, then it makes it harder. And the last question is, if you had to raise your kid the exact same way your parents raised you, would you have one? I would still have one, but obviously, sorry guys that I'm on my iPhone now. My SD card just got filled up, so I'm just gonna do the rest on here because I only have one more question. Growing up, I feel like most kids would do something differently, or there's things that they would want to do for their children that their parents didn't. But I feel like I was raised in a well enough way that I would be okay bringing in a child to the world if I had to raise them the exact same way that my parents did. But there are things that I want to do differently, for sure. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell to know every single time I post. I'm going to be back with more videos, so expect more because I have a lot of things that I want to do. I have my new camera now, so I'm not going to have problems uploading or filming. Hope you guys are ready for all the stuff I'm going to bring to you. I'm going to be posting another video this week, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to be a light. Bye.
Bye-bye.